Every AI product on the market right now does the same thing. User types a query, query goes to a frontier model, model thinks for 5 seconds, model responds. Every query, every time. Doesn't matter if you asked for last week's revenue or tried to compose a novel. We stopped doing that, and the results changed everything about how we build AI command app for you. Here's what actually happens when a user types a query into our system. The query enters a three-tier router cascade. Tier 1 is pure regex pattern matching, 1,200 lines of deterministic logic. No AI, no network calls, no API costs, under 10 milliseconds, and it catches 50 to 70% of all queries. That number sounds high until you think about what people actually ask business software. Show me this week's meetings. Pull up the Johnson account. What were last month's expenses? These are structured queries with predictable patterns. Regex handles them perfectly. But Tier 1 isn't just raw pattern matching. It runs 5 specialized sub-parsers, a date extractor that handles everything from ISO dates to relative expressions like month to date or last quarter, a contact matcher that does fuzzy matching against your actual data using 3 strategies: exact alias, token overlap, and unique single token matching, a category detector that maps the way people actually talk, bills, meetings, sales numbers, to canonical system types, a comparison detector for X versus Y queries, and a back reference detector. The back reference detector is the clever one. When it sees words like same, that, or this, it knows the query depends on conversation history that Regex can't resolve, so it forces an immediate escalation. Tier 1 knows what it doesn't know. That's what makes it reliable. When Tier 1 can't match, the query moves to Tier 2. This is a 3 billion parameter model, QN 2.5, running locally through a llama, no cloud call, no per token cost, 200 to 800 milliseconds of latency. This model has exactly one job: intent classification. It gets our full skill catalog, our skill library, each capability with a description and parameter hints, and returns a structured response: intent colon skill ID, params colon JSON. It doesn't generate text, it doesn't reason about the world. It picks from a list. That's why a tiny model running on a laptop handles this reliably. We're not asking it to be smart, we're asking it to categorize. If Tier 2 can't classify the query, Tier 3 takes over. This is a frontier model, Claude, with full context including conversation history for back reference resolution. 3 to 10 seconds, this is the expensive path. And because of tiers 1 and 2, it handles roughly 10 to 15% of queries instead of 100%. Now here's the key insight that makes the whole architecture work. Regardless of which tier classifies the intent, the same deterministic sub-parsers handle all structured extraction. AI picks the skill. Pursers fill the slots. The model says this is a revenue report. The date parser extracts the range. The entity matcher resolves the account. The category detector maps the metric type. AI does the fuzzy language understanding work. Deterministic code does the precise structured work. No hallucinated dates. No misspelled contact names. No invented categories. Each skill is backed by a typebox schema with runtime validation through AJV. Even if a model returns unexpected output, the schema catches it before execution. The system literally cannot hallucinate a capability it doesn't have or a parameter that doesn't exist. But the part I'm most proud of is the promotion pipeline. Every query that reaches Tier 3 gets logged to a router fallbacks table. On a weekly cadence, those logs get reviewed. Queries that follow predictable patterns get promoted. New regex patterns added to Tier 1, new examples added to Tier 2's classifier prompt. The system gets smarter over time without retraining any model. The best model call is the one you never make. We track everything: skill matched, tier used, latency, disambiguation rate. Our admin dashboard shows Tier 1 match rate trends over time. When that rate drops, it means users are asking new kinds of questions. That's a product signal, not just an ops metric. Let me put the business case plainly. 70% of queries, 10 milliseconds, zero cost. Another 20%, under a second, zero cost because the model is local. 10% frontier model, 3 to 10 seconds. Weighted average latency under 500 milliseconds. Compare that to sending everything to a frontier model, 3 to 10 seconds, every query at full API pricing. And because tiers 1 and 2 run entirely on local hardware, your data never leaves your environment for the vast majority of queries. Contacts, financials, calendar data, it stays on your machine. This is what AI Command App is built on. But this architecture isn't just for us. Every business has a finite set of things users need to do. Those things have structured parameters. Most queries follow predictable patterns. We build this for businesses. Your workflows become skills. Your data becomes entity matchers. Your domain vocabulary becomes category mappings. And the promotion pipeline makes it smarter every week, automatically. If you're building AI into your product or your operations and you're sending everything to a frontier model, there's a better way. This is it. I'm Chris from AI Command App. Links to everything are in the description. I'll see you in the next one.